This week we've crossed the Irish Sea to Croagh Patrick in County Mayo on the west coast of Ireland to join thousands of pilgrims as they make their way up to the peak 700 metres above us. Welcome to Songs of Praise. On the programme this week, I discover the origins of this historic annual pilgrimage and the legend of St Patrick. 30 miles inland, Sean Fletcher explores the revered Knock Shrine, visited by 1.5 million people every year.
There's an interaction, there's a connectivity. This is a special, unique, sacred place where people can come.
And I find out about the Celtic Christian who became a pirate queen. Patrick, known as Ireland's Holy Mountain, rises high above the west coast of Ireland. 6 miles from the town of Westport, its summit commands views of Clew Bay and onto the Atlantic Ocean. For over 800 years, pilgrims have been making their way up this mountain, named after the patron saint of Ireland, St Patrick, and I'm about to join them. But first, our opening hymn today comes from St Colmcille's in Hollywood near Belfast. And its message is about appreciating the simple things in life. On the last Sunday of July, known as Reek Sunday, around 25,000 people climb up this mountain in memory of St Patrick. But the true start is further inland. Ballintubber Abbey was built in 1216 and is traditionally the starting point for the pilgrimage to Croagh Patrick, which is 20 miles west of here. Legend has it that in 441 AD, St Patrick spent the 40 days of Lent fasting on top of the mountain, now known as Croagh Patrick. On his journey home, he stopped at an ancient spring here to baptise converts. Shortly afterwards, pilgrimages began, and this abbey was built on the site of the well in the 13th century.
The abbey was built partly to serve the pilgrims. So this was a place where they would get refreshments, they would have liturgy. It was also a significant place, establishing pilgrimage as a way of practicing or getting in touch with Christ, because that's what pilgrimage is. It's a way of shedding what we have in order to let God speak to us in some way.
Tell me about the elements of the pilgrimage.
The first one is penance. Penance is not an imposing to make us miserable. It's to free us, to be free, to love and to thank. The second thing then is change of heart. Going on pilgrimage without change of heart brings no reward from God. People going on pilgrimage, different to tourism. If you're going as a tourist, you can select your own companions and walk with the people you like and ignore the people you don't like. With pilgrimage, you include people, because that person you include, that you'd like to exclude, may be Christ. And the whole idea is to celebrate. Because, you see, the pilgrimage to Croagh Patrick is penitential in its essence, but it's celebratory in its expression.
A traditional penance is to complete the pilgrimage barefoot. Today, only a handful of people brave this, and each has their own reason for doing so.
I mean, might as well do something right if I'm going to do it. And since I've been over here as a student for about a year, I figured why not take the chance to go up on Reek Sunday and do Croagh Patrick.
And how are they doing so far?
Well, they're halfway not feeling anything, so we're almost there.
Emma and Joe, great to see you on the mountain as well. And is this the first time without shoes for you?
I've done it once before when I was younger in school. It's Joe's first time doing it barefoot.
And how are you finding it, Joe?
That's not too bad. Bit rough at the start, alright, but once you get used to it, sure, it's grand.
And spiritually, what do you get out of it?
Well, we try to get to Mass at the top to kind of make it worthwhile.
Well, it's just that everyone's kind of united in it, and they're all doing it for the one purpose, I suppose.
But it's powerful, like, when you look down and see all the people on the way up, like, it's a good achievement, like, when you get to the top.
We're off to Tideswell in Derbyshire for our next hymn. Written by Irish songwriter Cecil Francis Alexander, it's a celebration of God's creation.